I pray to the Creator. I pray to our grandfather. I pray to our grandmother. I pray to the four sacred direction. Creator, I ask you today to come and be with us for our future generation. I pray, Great Spirit, that we will be guided in a good way by our ancestors to help us, for our younger generation to survive what we have been going through for the past few years. I pray, Creator, that we will get the help that's needed with our younger generation. I pray, Creator, that we will find the answers within us with our hearts and our minds put together, so that we will come up with some beautiful ways on helping our next generation. I pray, Great Spirit, that we will use our traditional ways of going back to the land on how we might be able to help them in a good way, so that they will feel good about themselves and will keep going forward. I pray, Great Spirit, for this beautiful day, as every day is a gift. I pray, Creator, that we will treasure the gifts that we have and to look after them from our hearts and with our minds. I pray, Great Spirit, for the younger ones that are coming up, that they will have good examples from their own people, from the people that are here today, who will help them and to guide them in the right direction. I pray, Creator, that we will learn how to have the patience and to use our love that we have for our younger generation, our children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. I pray, Great Spirit, that we will treasure our water so it's pure, so it will be here for the next 7 generations. This is the things that we pray for, and the air that we breathe, in our beautiful mountaintops, in our beautiful land. I thank you, Grandfather, Grandmother, for the teachings that you have passed down to us, so it will continue on to the next generation. I pray, Creator, that we will teach our children how to be safe and to look within themselves and to find that kindness that's within themselves, and to be able to use that in a good way to help the other children that's out there. I pray for the ones that have fallen. I pray for the ones that have suffered. Creator, I pray that we will not forget who they are, and that we will do the best that we can to help our younger generation to make it through whatever we face in the future. I thank you, Creator. I thank you, Grandfather. I thank you, Grandmother, for looking after them in a good way. And I pray for the ones that are having a hard time, so that because they are in our hearts and in our minds too. Kunichis, Masicho, Shonitan, Miigwech, Ho.
Goodness, geez, Elder. Thank you for starting us off in a good way. Alyssa's waving at somebody. Way over there. I thought you were waving at me, Alyssa. I was like, hi, I haven't seen you since last week. Oh, great. So we are going to get rolling after that amazing opening prayer. For those of you who don't know, opening prayer First Nation way is to start us off in a good way, to ground us with intention and to bring all of those things that we're grateful for so we can call more good things upon us. So I thank Elder Ann for doing that. I'm going to invite a superstar up. Sarah Johnston-Smith is going to open with a song for us, and I'm going to ask her to take whatever microphone or stage she wants.
Phone's going to fall off here. Yuk Eitzutat. Kunishchish Lkatiwan. Kunishchish Hatyin Adi. Jernkersi Yochatuasak Washlingadenach. Deisling Kwan Ayachat. Kwanlin Kuchu Yidit. Yenedisha Ayachat. Ach ish nach Lachash Yuduasak. Ka Ahlilkuhas. De Yekla Ka Stadatin Yudusagan. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sarah Johnston-Smith. My traditional name is Jern Kursi. I told you I'm from the Unadi clan from Teslin. My father is a Notlahash, Sam Johnston, and my grandparents were the late David and Rosie Johnston. It's a great honor to be asked to share a couple songs here this morning. And I was thinking about the songs that I wanted to share, and the first one that came to me was a song it's quite old. This was taught to my grandma at a really young age. My grandma was born in 1908, and she learned this from her father. And she learned it at a young age, and I know this because my great-grandpa had passed when she was only 13. And then 70 or so years later, I was taught this song. We call it the grandparent song. Talk about the grandchildren. Ach da chank. And so this song is about when our people moved inland from the coast. We're inland Tlingit people, so we come over from Alaska. And the song is about our grandparents coming over, and they're anxious to see their grandchildren. They really want to share the stories that they've learned, and they want to share all these experiences. And so they're saying, geez, if we could just get over on the other side of the water there, we'll be able to share this with them. And I think about this with our youth of today. I think about the grandparents thinking about our grandchildren. I mean, they always had such love for our people. And I think about those youth that are suffering today, that are having a hard time. And I want them to remember that, you know, our grandparents thought so highly of them, and they were so anxious to share this with them. In Tlingit we say, Yachi itinach hayati. We need you here. We need those youth here so that they one day have their own children and grandchildren to share those songs with. So this is the one I'll share with you. I'm not going to use the drum on this one. Haidushki heng nachati yagutki ach dach hank ach dasakukalani kagachagud nehayahu heya heyahu heya heyahu hey haya jidai dushki heng nachati yagutki ach dach hank ach dasaku kahlani kagahaku nehaya hu heya heya hu heya heya hu heya Jidai dushki heng nachati yagutki ach dach hank ach dasaku kahlani kagahaku nehayahu heya heyahu heya heyahu heya mucho bem. Sheesh. I was telling some of the organizers this morning, it's tough singing first thing in the morning. You got morning, plus nerves and whatnot. But, you know, our songs have always grounded us. Our drum has always grounded us. And it's just a beautiful thing here to see this conference happening and talking about the importance of our youth. I'll just share one more song. And this song I wrote with the help of Achish and Achlachash, Ka Achuni, Shkuyel. They helped me translate it. And I call it Resilience. And it's along the same line, too. You know, I think about our grandparents. I think about all the prayers that they've said for us over the years. We heard it in the morning prayer from my mother-in-law, Anne, about the 7 generations forward. You know, our people have always prayed for our younger people, those yet to come. They knew we were going to go through hard times. And so, you know, we carry in our blood memory a lot of the trauma from our grandparents, from our ancestors, but we also carry their resilience, their strength. You know, they fought so hard in this life for us to exist, for our future generations to still be here. So when I think of this song, it's about not giving up, about carrying on, about finding that strength and moving forward so that, you know, our people will still continue on. So it translates to, we're still here today because of our grandparents' prayers. And this is why we are still so strong. And we're very grateful to the ones that come before us, to our ancestors. Resilience. Yak ye hayati hatli guhas astichagachi tu ada. Hey Ashika Adhas Idashtika Hachiti Heya Ha Heya Ha Hey Sheesh.
Thanks, Sarah. That was amazing and beautiful. And I wouldn't have known it was the morning. I thought you rocked it. That was good. That's great. I'm going to ask Chief Lise. I saw her. She was in the house somewhere. There they are, the chiefs at the back trying to hide. Yeah, right. Ask Chief Lise to come up and provide some opening remarks and acknowledging that this event is being hosted in the beautiful traditional territory of the Ta'anquachin Council and the Kwanlin First Nation.
It's a long, lonely walk from back there. Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Elder Ann, for the beautiful prayer, and Sarah for your songs. They were amazing. I also want to thank Tosh and her team, as well as Gunta, Jesse and Blair. Thank you for everything that you've done to put this together. It's beautiful. For those of you who don't know me, I've been up here a lot, so you probably do. My name is Amanda Lise. I am chief of the Ta'anquachin Council. My mother is Southern Shoshone from Lake Labarge, Barbara Hare. My father is Han from Trondequichin, Norman Hare, and my grandparents are Sophie Slim and Donald Miller. So Denzu Shokwathan, good day. I'm very proud to welcome you today to the traditional territory of the Ta'anquachin Council and the Kwanlin First Nation. As you can see, I'm wearing purple. Purple ribbons, among other things, represent the opioid crisis that we've all been facing for the last couple of years. I don't think anybody in this room has been not affected by it. I'm standing up here today for my cousin Kaylee, who we just lost recently, as well as all the other people and families that we've lost to this crisis. It's great to see so many people here and so many familiar faces. As a very proud mother of 3 youth myself, I'm so very grateful that you're all taking the time for this gathering. It's very, very heartwarming to see. Substance use affects all of us. Every one of us has been affected by addiction in one way or another. At a First Nation level, our communities in the Yukon are getting hit hard, and it's a heartbreaking reality for our families. In today's world, we face many problems, from high levels of addictions and illicit drug use. If that's not enough, now we face the stark reality that many of the illicit drugs in our communities are fatal. It's not safe out there, and as a mother, it's absolutely heartbreaking. Overdose rates speak for themselves. The dangers of deadly street pharmaceuticals and other illicit drugs are at an all-time high. This is happening everywhere in Canada now, and it is a growing concern for all of us. We're lucky here in the Yukon because we have so many amazing people who have overcome their addictions. They fought their battles and won. Many of them are here today, and they have stories to share, so please do listen to them. This gathering is encouraging because of all of us here. We're all looking for solutions. Prevention is the key, and with dedicated support that's here today, your work will make a difference for all of us. Sometimes the difficult conversations need to be had, and they're heartbreaking, but they need to be had. It's better to have them now than to think back at them at somebody's funeral. Please take the time to share your thoughts and stories and be kind to one another. It's not all sad, because if you learn anything here in the next couple of days, learn to be kind and understanding of other people's unique situations, who we are, how we got here, and most of all, what we've overcome. Shonithan. Thank you.
Goodness, Chief, thank you, Chief Lease, for laying down some true and honest words. Welcome to the stage, Chief Doris Bell from Quanland Dunn First Nation, who recently had a birthday, but I love her too much to sing to her. Yay!
I think the entire territory knows my birthday was. I had a lot of fun. It was good. Thank you, Chief Leeson. Thank you, Anne, for that beautiful prayer, and Sarah for the beautiful music. Well, Dunjay, and good morning, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here. I want to welcome you to the Quanland Dunn First Nation traditional territory, which portions of which we proudly share with the Ta and Quechan Council. And Shoni Thun, thank you for inviting me here to speak today. I'm heartened to see gatherings like this take place. I see a lot of knowledge in this room, elders, First Nation leaders, mental wellness advocates, people who work on the front lines in the Yukon, and of course the youth. This summit is about the youth and the importance of hearing their voices as we talk about substance use and prevention. We know that the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has taken a huge toll on our mental health. And we know that youth have been affected, especially young women. The Yukon is still experiencing a substance use crisis as we speak. There are many reasons, but I see at the root a mental health crisis. We know that sometimes when people are hurting, they reach for things like alcohol and drugs for what they think is quick relief. But sadly, these things often have the opposite effect. They can make us sadder. They can disconnect us from people we love. And they can be harmful and cause so much heartache. How can we stop that chain of events before it begins? I believe youth will lead the way in finding solutions for youth. And now, perhaps more than ever, we need to hold them up. Listen. Be present for the difficult conversations and commit to taking action. As we begin our conversations today, I invite you all to think about how we can move forward with a mindset of inclusion, connection, understanding, and reconciliation. There is a path forward, and much of that path has yet to be charted. I see a light ahead in things like the expanded availability of harm reduction tools and services, Yukon supervised consumption site, increasing its hours and supports, and the new mobile crisis response team recently announced. I am grateful for the hard work by Health and Social Services. I see Minister McPhee sitting there. She often doesn't get the thank you that she deserves, but you know, for these initiatives, I think we really should give her a great big thank you. And there's more to come. And I'm so grateful for all the hard work from organizations like Blood Ties, 4 Directions. I'm grateful for the work that they do every day to provide service in our community. And at Quanlin Dunn, we've been working hard to provide services and supports tailored to our community. There are great examples of work being done in the territory, but there is so much more to do, and we will do it. As I said before, the youth will lead us. That's why we're here today. To have difficult conversations, to listen, to share ideas, to move forward, and to spark action. As you take part in this gathering, please remember that this is an issue to be approached with love, care, and kindness. Shonithan Ganaschis Masicho.
Gwyneth Chief, I would like to invite, or we got a shout out to Minister Tracy McPhee for some opening comments, please.
First thing is to not trip on the way up. Managed that so far. Good morning, everyone. Thank you to Elder Smith and to Sarah for such a beautiful way to start. I'm not able to stay all day today, so I will take that good energy with me elsewhere, try to use it. It's really my honor to be asked to be here today to gather this morning on the traditional territories of the Quanlin Dunn First Nation and the Ta'an Quechan Council. This is a special room, a special building, a place where people come together to learn, to talk, to identify solutions and new ways of doing things. And I know this will happen for you over the next couple of days in this very special place. When our government declared the substance use health emergency earlier this year, it was a call to action for all governments, communities, organizations, and partners and Yukoners to do their part, whatever their part could be, to improve things and make things better. An effective response to the substance use health emergency requires immediate action to support those who need help now, but we must also focus on the Yukon's youth and future generations. I know that it is with a sense of urgency that you gather here today and that we come together to work to help prevent further tragedies and the pain that so many families and communities face when a loved one is lost to mental health or substance use challenges. I know that we share the same passion for envisioning solutions and supports that allow future generations to live their healthiest lives and reach the dreams that they dream. The youth of today face serious challenges, but they are not to be shied away from. And you all know that. The youth of today are counting on us to join with them. The more we prioritize positive youth development approaches, the greater impact we can have on mitigating destructive behaviors and substance use challenges down the road. But let's be clear, we are talking here about poison drugs that are in our communities and affecting our children. Our government is committed to our one government approach, where we all work together, department by department, focused on teaching kids on the land, encouraging more physical recreation and participation in the arts and creative endeavors.
At first glance, these activities may seem to some to have little to do with substance use, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Evidence shows that increasing and improving positive outlets available to youth and focusing more on solutions than substances will have tremendous benefits for our families, for our communities, our health system and economy, and ultimately a positive impact on future generations. Generational challenges require generational solutions. So we must develop a better understanding of substance use by our young people in the Yukon and rethink how we collectively approach and respond to these issues. I don't know of a better group of people to face that challenge than the folks in this room. That is what we've gathered here to do. A community-wide sustained focus on prevention is needed to see positive health benefits in the future. The diverse group of attendees here today, many of whom I've worked with, friends, colleagues, many of whom I don't know, are gathered here today and will do the work to reflect the fact that this is truly a territory-wide challenge. So it is vital for us to continue to coordinate and to collaborate our responses. We've been holding extensive discussions on these broader issues through the mental wellness summits. Some of you may have attended back in February and then again here in September. We had over 1,000 attendees and presenters. We've been working with working groups and committees focused on responding to the substance use health emergency at many levels in the department and at tables where ministers from cabinet sit and get direct information from experts and people with lived experience, because they are the experts. We're also developing a substance use action plan for the territory, and your work here will contribute to that. As Yukoners, I know that we are passionate about supporting one another, our communities, and our future generations. I'm grateful to everyone joining us in person and online, and I look forward to hearing the candid and the innovative discussions about some of the most difficult and incredibly challenging situations and issues of our times. Above all, I'm inspired and encouraged to see so many community and health partners gather here to have these conversations and to explore the solutions to these complex issues. We all share the same goals of taking a public health, positive, evidence-based approach to addressing substance use by youth and to helping those who need to heal find a safe and successful way to do so. We also share an understanding and dedication that we owe it to future generations to create an environment for them that is better than the one that we inherited. I truly wish you all the best as you embark on the next few days. Your work here will be real and will be amazing, an amazing contribution to our Yukon youth. I just want to take a moment to thank all of the organizers and the presenters for their time and effort, and all the organizers for getting us here in this room for the next few days. It is not an easy feat, and it's certainly not an easy feat at this stage of COVID, which is still a concern. But thank you for all the time that you've put in to get us here. Thank you to everyone for the opportunity to be here today. It means a lot as we go forward. You know, you don't need to be hearing from I think people call me a politician sometimes, and I don't want to take up the time, but I really want to deliver the message that we are so supportive of this work at every level of the department, all the way to my office. It is something we talk about all the time, and to have the collective knowledge and the collective expertise come together in this room to ultimately advise us on the path forward is just, it's quite extraordinary. And I thank you for doing so. Kunishjish Masi Cho, thank you.
Thank you, Minister. Appreciate the kind words and the support for an important event. Hope you have as much fun as we're going to have in the house today. We should go there and liven it up for them, hey? That'd be fun. They have very strict rules, though, so you have to watch this. I'm going to ask Yvonne Jack to come up and share with the room some of the ways that we're going to incorporate ceremony and support throughout the next couple of days. Yvonne, you can either use this one or go up. What do you feel? This one?
Yeah, this would be good. Good morning, everyone. Could everyone see me? Oh, shoot.
Oh, sorry, that was my fault. You gotta go up. Sorry, Blair.
I just didn't want to fall down. Good morning, everybody. I really want to thank Jess for inviting me. I always feel quite nervous doing this, so if I need to be loud enough because my heart is beating so loud that I might start yelling here in a minute because I need to talk over my heart. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the opportunity for us to be thinking about keeping ourselves grounded today. I have a land-based healing space. It's Custine's Healing Journey out in Golden Horn. And that's one of the things that we work with. We work quite a bit with spirituality and helping ourselves to remember to ground ourselves. We work with mental wellness and substance use as well. And that's one of the key things is to bring spirituality back into our lives, and also really practicing how to ground ourselves. Often when there is a lot of excitement, it's really easy to get swept away by that. So that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit today. Boy, those lights are really bright, hey? I need to come up with a visor. So one of the things that I want to share personally, that I lost my son 2 years ago to an overdose. And that was really, it continues to be really challenging. And when I bring that in because I really want to talk about the importance of being able to keep myself grounded in this work. I've always smudged to create a grounding for myself and really to be able to reconnect with Creator again. When my son passed, it was really hard for me to be able to do it with in a sincere way because I really felt violated. But it was one of the things that was so important for me to be able to continue to find that strength and feel the earth under me again. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about smudging, and it's not, the way I explain it today is the way I understand it to be. It's not the way, it's a way to do smudging and get ourselves grounded again. So when I smudge, I really smudge with intention. I connect myself back to Creator. When we smudge, we really look to reset ourselves again. That's one of the things for me, is to be able to just reset myself. when I smudge, I am cleaning off the things, the negativity that's on me. And so I'll take the smudge and I'll wash my brain. I'll take the smudge and I'll do my arms. I'll do my front. I'll hold it special to my heart because it really takes a lot as humans for us. At any age, I think that we could really have had our heart broken a few times, and that's what we're asking Creator to help us to be able to heal our hearts. I'll hold the smudge special to my abdomen, asking Creator to help me to be able to realign myself again with my head, my heart, and my spirit. Sometimes people will do we'll do our legs, and then sometimes people will turn around to do their back. This is something that I'm going to be doing today, but it's going to be over in the healing room in the sacred space. So I would really, I'm going to be down there, and if anybody would like to be able to come down to, sometimes people come down in a group, sometimes people come down individually. The other thing is through this process, sometimes I hesitate a little about doing it in a big room like this because sometimes it really brings up a lot of emotion, and people really need to feel in a place of safety and being able to do whatever it is that their spirit needs to do. And sometimes it's to be able to release those tears. But it's really hard to actually let that happen when there's a whole bunch of people we don't know. So that's part of creating safety. So I'm going to be down in the healing room, and I will be around today. So if anybody needs to just talk about something, because I think sometimes in spaces like this, it brings up things. You know, we've all been impacted in some way or another around the topic that we're dealing with today. And so it's so important to be able to have the opportunity to just sometimes just have a private, quiet time. So if anybody has any questions, I'm going to be around the room, so thanks.